What's going on, everybody? We are back in the garage working on the Bronco again. We're trying to get the MP205 permanently mounted into the Bronco. Let's get started. So during the week, I completely tore this thing apart, cleaned it all up, made sure everything was nice and solid. I also modified the shifters so I can run twin sticks on this thing, put a fresh coat of paint on it, new gaskets, new sealant. Thing's looking great and it's ready to go in the truck. Got to deal with putting this 150 plus pound transfer case up and onto the transmission. I don't know exactly how we're gonna do that. I borrowed my buddy's motorcycle jack, so hopefully that thing's tall enough to help us. And I also got Destin here. So wish us luck, let's see what happens. Great.
Didn't land on any of the 2x4s.
Got the thing up in here, got it bolted up, made it together. You can see the clearance for the shifter is gonna work great. Looks really good up here. It's super cool to have this super beefy thing up in here. Right now we gotta get ready to make a new crossmember for the transmission. So yeah, I think the first things first is to clean up all the tools down here, get this motorcycle jack out of the way, and then mock up my old crossmember, take some measurements, and see what I need to modify. So you see it up here? It's hard to see. I'm supposed to have a big old flange right here, so it's gonna get in the way. And because there's not a flange right here, it's fine. It's bolting up right now. It's not touching the transfer case, which is good. So I think just this offset just needs to come up more, and I think I'm just gonna put it like basically right over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we realized that my portaband's not gonna cut at a 45, so instead of cutting it off with the cut-off wheel, because that sucks, we're gonna go get Dilly's chop saw. So, let's go to Dilly's house.
A few moments later.
We are back from Dilly's. Shout out to Dilly for letting me use his saw, and also letting me use his welding hood, because I don't have a welding hood. Let's continue where we left off, because I want to actually make some progress and not just have a boring video. Just like the old one, just scoot it over just enough for that drive shaft to clear. Okay, now all that's left is we just gotta bevel all these edges, kind of like how I have on this one piece right here, but we gotta do it to all of them so I can get a nice thick weld in there. Alrighty, everything's beveled, ready to take a decent weld. So, full disclaimer here, I'm not a good welder. I've never been a good welder. I haven't done a lot of seat time on it. I've always had Dilly weld my stuff for me, and I need to kind of break that habit because it's my stuff. I should be able to do it myself. But yeah, I'm not a good welder, so you're gonna have to bear with me. These welds are not gonna look good. Hopefully they're strong enough. I'm also working with my 120 volt welder here, so kind of pushing it on the capabilities on this thing. With this being a transmission crossmember, I really should be building it with a beefier welder, so I'll probably be looking into a nicer welder here soon, because there's more projects I want to do. So anyways, let's get this welded up. Alrighty, these are definitely amateur welds, but I'm pretty proud of myself, especially on this one in the corner here. That one's probably my best weld I've ever done in my life. Yeah, I finally got it figured out. Once I got her figured out, she started ripping, which is awesome. yeah, now we gotta get we gotta put the piece of angle on the side, on the end, to mount her up, and then get the other piece of angle for the transmission itself. So let's get started on that. Alrighty, so got this thing finished up. I didn't finish the weld here because my welder got too hot and I was like, screw it, I'll be done for the night. We didn't weld it up top on the other one, so, you know. Yeah, looking really good. Looks exactly like the other one, just offset a little bit more, which is exactly what I needed. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with myself. Not the best welds, but better than I thought I would do. But yeah, we still got a good amount of steel left. I bet I can have just enough to build a cross member for the T-case as well, which will be nice. We got some nice thick quarter wall, which I really shouldn't be welding with my 120 volt, but yeah, this will help us if we ever like bash into a rock, it doesn't rip out the transfer case as well. So yeah, that's tomorrow's plan. Let's fast forward till tomorrow. And we are back. It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Let's build this other cross member here. It was kind enough to let me use his big boy welder. I'm super hyped. Huge shout out to Dilly for letting me borrow all of his things. It's gonna make welding 1/4 inch more feasible. Alright, so I got this piece of angle cut, drilled out some holes to put them in the factory frame holes. And now, I'm just trying to get this piece kind of mocked up, tacked into place, and then figure out the length I need to cut to where we can put another tube right underneath here with just a little bit of clearance. All right, about to use Dilly's welder for the first time. I'm pretty excited. This thing's super fancy. You just set your wire thickness and your material thickness, and then it just sets your settings for you, and you're kind of good to go. I'm just gonna tack this guy into place real quick, just so I can start mocking things up. So let's give that a shot. It's not quite centered. Yeah, let's cut that and redo that. You got this piece made up. This is the first bracket coming off the frame here. And now I just gotta make another one, so. Just like that, we got 2 of them. Let's get these bolted up on the truck and then get our measurement for our cross member. All right, we got both pieces hooked up. It's really easy when you use factory holes because they just line up and you don't have to do any measurements or anything, so that made it nice. Let's get our measurement and then cut it and then put it in and tack it up. All right, that's mocked up. Now I want to put another piece of square tube that goes up to the cross member, and then I think I'm just gonna put a bit of angle up top where the bolts go to the transfer case. So let's get that measured out, get that cut and tacked up in there. Alrighty, here's the almost final result. We got the cross member piece up to bolt onto the transfer case. Unfortunately, this is all the angle I have left, which is not enough. So I have to get more angle so we can stretch it across and be able to bolt to the transfer case. But we got her out, she's tacked up. I started welding a little bit on it. Just wanted to play with Dilly's welder, to be honest with you. Thing's nice, thing rips. So yeah, I'll finish that up later once I get more angle, and then we can actually get this thing done. And then I'll get her painted, and then we can go from there. Fortunately, we are out of time for this one, so that's gonna be all. Stay tuned, because we're almost done with this MP205 swap, and we'll be able to get the Bronco out on the trails real soon. Catch you guys next week. Peace.